You are one curmudgeonly motherfucker, Ginger Cool. Oh, what the fuck?
Well. Welcome back to the channel. I don't know what the hell this was. Chocolatiers. I just real quick, just before you actually hit the like, subscribe button, of course. But before we get into this, I just made a Tron video that I spent a lot of time and effort on, and for whatever reason, YouTube algorithm's not pushing. I guess because Aries is out. That was kind of dumb on my part. Should have released the week before. But if you want to, go watch that. Go click on any links, whatever you see. I might have it posted here at the end, something. Or just go on the homepage and just click it. Because like I said, put a lot of time and effort in that one, a little bit more than usual, because it is my favorite film of all time. I'll go and say it here right now. I absolutely love that movie. It means a whole lot to me. Pretty much got me into cinema and stuff like that. But anyways, you'll learn about all that. Anyways, we're here to talk about Peacemaker, Season 2, Episode 4. We're on the halfway mark. Episode 4 is titled Need I Say Door. We officially hit the halfway mark of the season, and James Gunn and his team have made sure that we didn't get here quietly. This episode picks up directly from last week's, clearly with the cliffhanger they delivered on in chaotic and character-driven action, mythology, and betrayal, all in this one episode. So the setup initially is that we get a flashback of the origins of the door. I actually thought we were in an alternate reality when this was going on at first. But the episode wastes no time, opening with a flashback to Chris's childhood, hunting with his father, Augie, and his brother. A young Chris encounters a strange, otherworldly being, and against Chris's pleas, Augie shoots it, and they discover a mysterious briefcase-like device, the Quantum Unfolding Storage Unit. This is the key to the interdimensional door that has become a centerpiece of this whole season. And I feel like that was a smart move on the writers. Rather than treating a portal as a random gimmick, they kind of tied into Chris's past. And it grounds the strangest in character history while still leaning into that bizarre brand of that mythology. Because like you got an alien involved, stuff like that. So right around this time, Argus moves in, and from there we're thrown right back into the present. Argus is descending on Chris's house after Eagly's violent defense in episode, 2. And Economos is stuck in the van, sandwiched between colleagues who hate each other. Flurry still blames him, Judomaster's ready for round 2, and Saint Wild, an eagle hunter, is chomping at the bit to kill Eagly. The banter in this sequence is pure Peacemaker bickering, insults, and a weird sense of humor cutting through genuine danger. Economos manages to send Chris a scrambling warning, which sets off the chaos to come. Chris barely escapes with the alien device, but not before Judomaster chases him into the woods. Their fight is brutal, and for a moment, it feels like Judomaster might actually win, but in a classic Peacemaker fashion, Chris survives by dumb luck, stumbling and knocking Judomaster out cold. It's messy, it's funny, and it perfectly fits both characters. Economos then steps up, God moment of the episode. While Chris flees, Argus tries to crack the dimensional door, and before that, he spits in Homeboy's face, and he's telling What's-Her-Face off, and it's the funniest shit. But anyways, he doesn't cave in and pushes back, and I just think the spitting scene was so fucking funny. But beneath the sarcasm and defiance is a quiet loyalty, because Economos stalls, buys Chris time, and ultimately chooses his friend over a job. And it's a small act of rebellion, but it resolves his inner conflict. He may be trapped between Argus and his team, but we all know that his heart's still a Peacemaker. Adebayo returns to action and rescues Peacemaker, and I absolutely love every time she's on screen. She's so funny. And after struggling all season with her failing marriage, a fake security ad scam, and her general aimlessness, she finally finds her footing again. Chris calls her for help, and she delivers. She picks him up in the woods, actually very reminiscent to that clan scene in the first season where he runs away or whatever. And pulls off a explosion to cover their tracks. More importantly, Chris finally opens up to her, and he confesses everything about the parallel dimension. His double life, his relationship with alternate Harcourt, even his desire to protect Keith in that world. Adebayo doubts his sanity, but this conversation reframes Chris's motive, because he isn't just escaping reality for fun. He's driven by loyalty, guilt, and even a desire to be a genuine, better person with growth hidden beneath all the silliness. And I really actually thought they were going to do this episode, but I'm hoping in the coming weeks they do it. If this Earth, if the theory is correct, if this is straight up just like an Earth 10 or like a racist Earth or something like that, I think this shit would be so funny. Because Adebayo is still like on the fence, like, I don't know if I believe that he's actually seeing what he's seeing. Imagine if he takes her over there and they're like, the fuck? Dude, I think that's going to happen. Now, of course, it wouldn't be Peacemaker without Eagly. Saint Wild becomes convinced that he is a primal eagle, some kind of mythical creature whose death could purge America's sins. It's very ridiculous, but the show leans into it with straight-faced absurdity. through a bloody ritual. Saint Wild even manages to track Eagly to Chris's cabin, setting up another bizarre conflict, I'm sure. It's probably the weirdest storyline Peacemaker has introduced so far, and that's saying something considering the show's willingness to take big swings, but that's what makes it unique. Now, little minor complaints still. I feel like Adrian still really isn't having a whole lot to do, and I'm still wanting to see these Jokers in their costumes. I know we'll get it, but still. Final act starts shifting into Harcourt, though, because after Argus fails to, get Chris's house like they want, Bordeaux reports back to Rick Flag Sr., and he comes in to play with Harcourt. He dangles the possibility of reviving her career if she betrays Chris. And it's a gut punch because just as Economos solidifies his loyalty, Harcourt's allegiance is thrown into question. The episode ends with her seemingly going to set up a meeting between Chris and Flag, leaving us unsure if she's playing along or if she's about to sell him out. Now, I'm a little bit on the fence. I don't think she would sell him out, but at the same time, we do know that our man got killed, okay? So my final thoughts on this episode is that it's the most, packed installment of Season 2 so far. It balances those fights, new mythology, personal confessions, and shocking betrayals all in an hour. And so I feel like we've reached that turning point of the season. You got Economos choosing his side, Chris revealing his truth, Adebayo finally back in the fold. Adrian still not really doing a whole lot this season, but Harcourt might be tipping the scales in either direction. So even though it's the first half and it's building up the confidence of the episode, igniting them, with the way that it ends, episode 5 is guaranteed to escalate things even further. And so with that is it for this week's recap and review of Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 4. What did you guys think of the origins of the interdimensional door? And do you trust Harcourt, or is she really going to hand Chris over to Flag? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know some of your theories. Do you think any characters might show up in the next couple weeks? Who are some of your big ones? Like I said, rumors last week that they might see a Blue Beetle, might see a Superman. What do you think is going to go down, and how do you think this story is going to all wrap up with 4 more weeks left? And with that, I'll catch you guys on next week's breakdown.